You are listening to Chakra Radio's The Vibe. I'm your host, Laurén Laurino, with guest artist Jim Gaven. Welcome, Jim.
Thanks a lot. I really appreciate it. It's good to be here.
We're glad to have you. So tell us a bit about yourself and your music.
Sure. I'm a 27-year-old singer-songwriter from Hamilton, New Jersey. It's a suburb of Trenton. And I like to write songs that make you think of a good time in your life, put a smile on your face, and maybe make you think a little bit, turn a negative into a positive kind of thing. I see myself, like, music-wise, sounding sort of like a mix between John Mayer's Goo Goo Dolls, Switchfoot, with a little kick of Matt Nathanson, so like the acoustic pop rock singer-songwriter vein.
Okay, great. I also think you reminded me a little bit of Dashboard Confessional, but really, just as a tribute to you, I think your lyrics are like every girl's daydream, and they're very easy to get lost in.
Thank you. It's a very nice compliment. I do appreciate it. It's funny that you said Dashboard Confessional, because he actually is one of my major influences. He was the first artist I really listened to that got me into having the courage to go up on stage and sing. Going through high school, I started playing guitar when I was 16, and at that time he just started to get fairly big in like the underground scene, and then he did his MTV Unplugged, which I remember seeing the video, and it was kind of funny because they said, "This is Dashboard Confessional Unplugged," which is kind of redundant because we're always unplugged. Because at the time it was just him and his acoustic guitar, so he kind of gave me the courage and said, "Oh, okay, maybe I can write." And then I found that I did have a gift of being able to write, and try to use that gift every day if I can.
Well, I'm certain you inspire others in the same way, and I also think it's amazing how multi-talented you are with the ability to play guitar, piano, bass, and drums. Do you play any other instruments?
I do play the ukulele, actually. I just started a couple months ago. It's just a fun instrument to learn, and it's easily translatable from guitar. There's just less strings to worry about, so it's a little easier to play. But yeah, it's pretty neat, like playing guitar. I consider myself more of a rhythm guitar player, even though my solo project is just me. I mean, I'm the lead guitarist technically, but I'm really just playing traditional and power chords and some finagling of chords. I feel like some chords I kind of make up myself. I have a couple guitars in various tunings. One's in standard, one's in like an open D tuning. That was influenced by the Goo Goo Dolls and Dashboard Confessional, having a guitar in open tuning. And it just sounds very bassy, so it sounds like you can play a normal chord and have it sound like you're playing not only the root chord, but also you can solo underneath it. It's like almost playing two instruments at once when it's tuned really low, because you get a really low bass sound. I started playing bass when, I'd say 3 or 4 years ago, and I played bass in a band called Malfa Wilson. Before that, I was in a band called Postmark Twain, and we wrote kind of the same kind of songs I write for my solo project. I co-wrote the songs with my good buddy Dave Sanchez, and piano I kind of just picked up along the way, just fooling around on it. I wouldn't consider myself very good at it, but it's a nice instrument to add on to recording when I record at home and in the studio, so it's just nice to have that extra layer. And I've written a couple songs on piano, but not many. And drums I really just started getting into. I actually want to be, if I could just can everything I'm doing with music and be a drummer, I've considered that. I don't know what it is. I love, I mean, not that I would can it, but I love playing the drums, and it's something that I'm just getting into. I was really proud of myself, like, for being able to, I recorded a song recently where I played all the instruments on, and that was a first for me, and it really made me think, oh, I can really do this. And it was a song I wrote years ago called January Fever. There's a video on YouTube up of it now where I play, it's me playing the drums like while recording. So it's my first attempt at recording drums in the studio, and it went really well, so it was pretty cool. I was like re-inspired myself with music when I got through it and said, oh, this doesn't sound half bad.
Well, why don't you tell us about your 2 new songs that are out?
Cool, yeah. The songs I have right now that I just started promoting are called Forever in Love and My Life Juice. And I'm sure most artists can agree with me. Some new songs to a lot of people are really old songs for us. Forever in Love is one of those songs. I wrote it about 3 years ago, right after my brother and his wife got married. And it's a song about true love, finding that special someone you want to spend the rest of your life with. And it's a very short song. It's 2 minutes and 40 seconds, somewhere in that vein. So it's like a perfect radio song. You don't have to chop it down at all.
And our listeners would love that.
Yeah. It's short and sweet, but it's really nice and to the point. And that's one of the few songs I've written on piano, now that I think of it. So it was nice to like get through an entire song and on piano and think, oh man, maybe I can tap into this and write other songs on piano as the main instrument. Like I used to use it as just a backing instrument, but now it's slowly becoming like a main instrument. And then other song I wrote called My Life Juice is about a friend of mine who was kind of going through a hard time. And it's like, if you listen to it, the song is really about getting yourself out of a funk, or you have a friend or someone in your life that's down in the dumps, kind of down on themselves, and kind of listen to it and get lost in the lyrics and think, we're all going through this together and everything's going to be okay. And that's kind of what the message of the song is if we all stick together, if you lean on your friends, then you can reboost their energy with your life juice.
And I see you've played venues in New Jersey such as Kathmandu, Triumph Brewery, McGuinness, and It's a Grind. Do you have any upcoming shows?
Yeah, I have plenty of upcoming shows, which is kind of weird for me, but good. I have the last Thursday at Triumph Brewery in Princeton. That's been a consistent thing for me in 2011, and it's going to be this year too. I think I'm playing 7 or 8 of the last Thursdays of the month. So it's the last Thursday. Usually starts around 9:30. That's in Princeton on Nassau Street. It's Triumph Brewery. You would pass right by the place if you didn't know it. It's from the outside, it looks very small, but it goes back a long way, and it's got 3 floors. So it's very deceiving from the outside. It's a very cool venue, nice bar. It's a microbrewery, so for lots of good reasons I like playing there. And they've been very good about giving me kind of free reign to play there on the last Thursday of the month. It should be really cool.
And what's wonderful is it seems as though in your day job you also are able to empower people with music. Could you please tell us more about being a music program coordinator at the Arc of Mercer?
Sure. Yes. I got hired about a year and 3 months ago, kind of by a chain of events that I didn't really see coming. I ended up interviewing with the executive director, the head honcho there, through a certain chain of events. I was yearning to find something to make a difference in my life. And, yes, music does that. But at my other day job I wasn't getting that. I just felt like I was crunching numbers, and I left every day thinking, what did I do today that really made a difference? And I started getting into volunteering at different nonprofits. I volunteered at a nonprofit called Juggling Life. They put on events for kids with cancer, Crohn's disease, and colitis. Then I started volunteering at like a visitation home of one of our local churches. A lot of the guys there have Down syndrome, and I found out that I really like working with that population. And they just show love in ways that I don't think a lot of quote-unquote normal people show love.
Now, haven't you developed a way of using all 3 of the learning styles to affect these kids, the visual, audio, and kinesthetic?
I have. It's pretty neat, and I didn't really even intentionally mean to do that. I thought, well, how am I going to teach someone who can't really read music, and has a developmental disability, someone that has been quote unquote, I guess, written off in the past as not being able to do anything really, never mind learn an instrument and learn how to play music. So what I did was, well, how am I gonna teach people how to play music if they don't know how to do any of those? We'll just do it by color. If I was a kid, I'd want to learn by color because colors are fun, and I picked a lot of bright colors for our guys. I color-coded all the pianos in the room. All the A notes, for instance, are colored red. So A for apple, apple is red, and it's anything to use as a learning tool for our guys. So we have 3 pianos. I color-coded all the A notes red, all the B notes blue, because B, first letter of the word blue is B. So it's everything that goes along with that, and it's been a really fantastic, like, inspiring experience being there and being able to get results and show progress in ways that staff members that have been there for like almost a decade at this point haven't been able to get out of these guys, because not necessarily sure if they're going about it the right way, and I did it unintentionally. Here we go, let's learn by color. I want to learn by color. I got to make it fun for me so other people have fun. And it's just with anything in life, the more fun you're having, the more fun someone else is going to have. It's like positive energy is contagious, and so is negative energy, I feel, too. So try to be more on the positive. I do that with my music when I write and at the job. Anything, taking any kind of positive energy and really bringing it to life. And you could see it in the guys, our guys' faces, and in the way they really enjoy music, and in an appreciation way, just experiencing it. If they're so physically or cognitively disabled that they'll never really actually be able to grasp playing an instrument, or participating in the ones that are physically and cognitive a little bit more there than some of our lower functioning guys.
Well, it sounds like you're really staying true to your favorite quote, which is, "Be the change you want to see in the world," by Gandhi. That's a good one.
Yeah, that's a great quote. It really is. I mean, I think if more people thought that way and really tried to apply it to their life, the world would be a lot better place.
I couldn't agree more. So why don't you
really
just run down some of your websites for us?
Sure. Yeah, awesome. Facebook is a major one nowadays. I have a Facebook page at facebook.com/Jim Gaven Music. And my name is spelled Gaven. It's a very common misspelling. Everyone wants to spell it with an I. I get it. Sometimes I want to spell it with an I. So Gaven Music. Facebook.com/Jim Gaven Music. Then I have a MySpace site, and believe it or not, people still do use MySpace. It is myspace.com/Jim Gaven. I have a official website, which is done through a free website builder called Wix. It's spelled Wix. So it's wix.com/Jim Gaven/music. You could stream 30 or some odd songs of mine on that site. There's links to buy CDs. There's links to buy T-shirts. I do everything myself. I don't have a manager, any kind of agent or anything. I've done everything myself ever since I started. It's been pretty neat kind of having that, knowing that everything is going towards me and not anyone else is kind of taking part of the pie, if you will. And I have my music is up on iTunes. You can just search my name. You'll find a lot of music that I went professionally recorded in a studio, or I recorded at home myself. And there is a CD store, basically a digital CD store online called Vibe Deck. It's a really nice place to go. I have songs there for a lot cheaper than you'd find on iTunes or my official website. So you could find them for about 50 cents, most of the songs. Sometimes, some of them are at 75 cents. Some of them are even at 25 cents. It's kind of like an arbitrary thing. I decided, I recorded this song at home a while ago. I want people to have it. It's only a quarter. So I kind of did it almost in like an arbitrary way, but I wanted to give people a chance to get it for cheaper than normal. And it's a really nice design website. It's vibedeck.com/Jim Gaven. So those are the 3 or 4 sites I'm really pushing right now.
Well, thank you, Jim. We definitely encourage our listeners to check out your site and actually to come and see you in person to really experience the full ambiance of what your music brings through. And also, listeners, don't forget to check out my Chakra Radio webpage at chakradio.com/Laurén Laurino. And thanks again, Jim.
Thanks a lot, Laurén. I really appreciate it.